Hello everybody and welcome back to Idle Zeros. Today I'm going to be detailing some progress that I made on the main account. The progress itself was small, although the actual video itself will be large, and that's because it took quite a bit of effort to squeeze this out. But so this right here is boss 6. I managed to kill that the other day. Pretty awesome. I used Crown LFA, Crown MFF, Crown PDE, Fan on HHA. And then I had, what did I have? No, I had Flag on PDE, my apologies. But so this is my Star Expedition stats right now. Pretty cool, now that he is E3, that boss 6 was all I needed in order to do that. Yeah, pretty cool. We'll begin to swipe over. This was my team setup. Halora in the front with the Demon Bell, HHA with Fan, and the artifacts I mentioned before. But we can now get into my 6-1-1 clear with 5 trans. Pretty awesome. I feel pretty good about it, although I wasn't feeling good about it for about the first hour. No, it was probably upwards of 2 to 3 hours actually, the day I cleared, of trying different setups and just different orders of attack and waiting for fear RNG, and it was a disaster. But so what I'm showing you is actually a Hall of Fame compilation of the best clips I had of that particular endeavor. So that is what we are watching here. Basically what we needed were, perfect fears on the backline, so that Garuda, Nakia, and Holmes would not get their active skills. At least that's what we were going for. In addition, we needed these 3 supporters to survive as long as possible. We needed Freya for the attack buff to maintain. We needed Ilamok to benefit from that attack buff. For his shields, we needed Ilamok himself for his shields. Then we needed PDE for dodge. She gives DR and also keeps us from being CC'd. Although we do tend to accumulate control immunity as time goes on, so we don't tend to worry about that after the first few rounds. But anyway, as you can see, the fights do tend to drag on a little bit, which is rather dangerous, because our supports die and we are less likely to survive, and also our crowns wear off after after round 5. So it's a pretty deadly arrangement we've got going on. But I am doing a recording of a recording right now. So you saw the screen swipe. That is actually me recording a previous screen swipe. So I did not actively swipe my screen right there. That was a recording of what I actually did a while ago. So this video is incredibly scuffed, as is tradition on my channel. Yeah, what else do you expect? I hope I came up for a thumbnail with this one. I might not have. But if not, it'll just proceed with the tradition of having unoriginal thumbnails. But it is what it is. I have lots of content pre-recorded but not voiced over yet. I have a BQA account that's ready to be showcased. I have a DGN account that's ready to be showcased, both of which are going to be very, very fun. I'm really enjoying both of them, actually. DGN just cleared regular campaign with like 1 million attack without with no Drake, no Carry, and no Ticks or Waldeck. I don't think either. It was very impressive. Well, I was very impressed with how she performed. But she did a very good job. Very impressive work from DGN as a main carry, even though her tenants are kind of garbage. I think I have 1 tenant, and it's a 10-star Mockman. But that's besides the point. You can see we have perfect fears, so it's looking rather optimistic so far. But then our team begins to attack the King Bartons, and unfortunately, Ilamok was the one to die instead of Halora, which does mean that this is a loss. That is generally how it goes. If Ilamok dies, you don't have to sustain to clear. But this would have been a perfect clear if Ilamok if Ilamok were the one to live and Halora were the one to die. That would have been that literally would have been it, actually. So quite unfortunate. We're gonna kill the homes. Tix dies. We have just the Bartons and the Garuda. No fear on the Garuda there. We're gonna get an active skill coming up. Here it comes. And Garuda takes us out. So that's unfortunate. You can see we have good fear there on the back line, 3 out of 4. And now it's 4 out of 4. Pretty good. Freya coming in, causing more counterattacks. And now Unbending Will is no longer effective on HHA, although his shield is rather effective. You saw it just went from 0 to full in a second there. That was pretty cool. Nakia coming in. Bleed, Purify on everybody, in case you were wondering. And then we just needed to sort of get lucky with how the enemy CC'd us. Not ideal. I do believe I used Aspen Core for this, so we want him to get the kills. And that is because whenever he kills, let me check my source here real quick so I know I'm not dispelling misinformation. But I believe that when Aspen kills with his core, he gives the whole team damage reduction. Or maybe it's just Devil Armor, so we get control immunity. I am checking right now, actually. Wouldn't want to make a mistake there. Okay, grants all Devil Armor when Aspen defeats an enemy, grants all allies Devil Armor. Okay. Yeah, so what else? Oh, yes. Whenever he lands Fear, he increases all allies' attack and damage reduction. So that is damage reduction for all, and that's shield strength from HHA for everybody as well. So Aspen Core is rather nice in that regard. Of course, the DR doesn't apply to himself, because that's how cores work. They support your team, but not the hero it's on, which is a bit odd. But it is what it is. Aspen Core quite nice here, because it allows us to not get stunned by KBs. Pretty cool. But proceeding onward. Still more sad attempts here. The team's alive for now. I decided to try to target Garuda because her active seemed problematic as per the time when it was just down to 3 of them and then Garuda ended us. But it turned out that was more of a not having HHA problem than it was Garuda being alive problem. But still quite optimistic. Not killing the Garuda quite yet. And now we have a series of active skills that we need to take. Aspen dies as well as 2 others, and so the attempt is null. So moving on. I get a little confused there. Perfect Fears there on the back, so that's nice. Freya active skill. Lion coming in. I zoom in. More past me zooms in. More fear for everybody. Humongous shields for the whole team. Nakia almost down. HHA kills Nakia. Freya gets an active skill off. KB causing everybody to block and get their shields up. We like the KB basics whenever he's not stunning us. We like them a lot. Lion coming in. Doves for HHA and Freya, but PDE relieves us of them. And so now it is down to the final 3 here. You'll see LFA's health bar jump. You might be thinking, what the hell? How did that happen? You don't have any healers on the board. But you will find that I actually did have a healer on the board, and that was Elena. That's right. Elena isn't just the dodge queen. She has a significant amount of healing, when fully sublimed anyway. And it is something that is little discussed. And I think that's a darn shame, because I think Elena is one of the best supports in the game, not just for her dodge, but for her healing. I actually went out of my way to get a heal effect stone on her, and that was actually helpful in getting the clear, because we just wouldn't be able to outlast the dots. But PDE is a significant healer. It is not a trivial amount of healing that we get there. And then in all my wisdom, I forgot to show you the actual healing numbers at the very end. I showed you the damage numbers, of course, but it slipped my mind and I didn't show you that. So that's rather unfortunate. But you'll see the power of a heal effect stone, PDE, in no time, actually, because believe it or not, LFA died, or we had somebody die there, and it meant a loss. But so we have 3 fears here. Those are the 3 that we definitely want fears on. They all do a crazy amount of damage. But LFA, or actually nobody got dubbed there, so that was nice. KBs getting their attacks off and giving us shields. How nice of them. But landing a fear on homes again, we have to take a Garuda active skill. Next round, Lion coming in, so we get some crit damage reduction, and on top of our shields, it turns out that Garuda active is going to do nothing. Quite satisfying there. LFA taking out the Nakia. We've got homes and ticks under at least 2 more rounds until we have to take another Garuda basic. I say at least because the possibility of landing a fear and energy drain remains. So there we go, homes getting chunked. MFF getting another active skill off. Actives from KB. Here comes Garuda with another active skill, coming in hot here. But we have Lion again, giving us the sustain we need. MFF dies, but now it is just PDE and LFA. Watch the healing, everybody, on LFA at the end of the round. That is PDE's doing. Every time we trigger a dodge, we heal. And those heals last for multiple rounds. Not insignificant at all. Down to just King Bardens. They're both feared. LFA gonna chunk this one down now. More dodge from PDE. Working our way up to the next active skill. Lion coming in, and here's the clear. 6-1-1 cleared with 5 trans and a D3 LFA. This was followed up shortly, actually, by somebody who cleared it with a B Mockman with 13.5 million attack and no destiny levels. It had a D2 Vesa, but it was just, it was the craziest thing I'd ever seen in my entire life. And the Mockman was the main damage dealer, by the way. Just the T5 Mockman. This was my setup for 6-1-1. It's posted in my Discord if you want to join. You can let me know in the comments. I will give you my Discord username, and then I can add you to the server directly. So heal effect stone I made note of. I made note of HHA and LFA's attack. But now we can sign in and show you the actual account. LFA there, 16.6 million attack with his setup. Rui Scepter, crit damage stone, balance strike. Or not balance strike. I think I had unbending will, but I might have had balance strike. I don't remember what I had in the Discord. I'll check. Aspen. Yeah, I had balance strike on it for that stage. Here are my star spawns. You'll notice that they're pretty bad. I look for the actual star spawn button. There we go. That's what we're working with. Still no mage, like I said. So that's some CI offset that we're not getting, which is mighty sad for us, but we make do. Here's my treasure train, and then after the treasure train, I will be signing off. And then we can say goodbye to the LFA account for quite some time, because 6-1-2 is a Valkyrie stage, and I just stand no chance. So I will be signing off now. This 4-star A and B treasure, very important. Um, for me anyway. It's very nice. I like it a lot. Here's the Cloud Island. But anyway, everybody, I appreciate you all stopping by. Main takeaway, might be worth getting a Heal Effect Stone on PDE. I have Heal Effect on her Awaken as well. It's really, really good. Really good. But that'll be all. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. Have a good day.